Hi, and welcome to another Data Burst. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about some angry space monkeys that have just turned up. Corvus Belli have released loads of stuff in the last couple of days. It is like you wait weeks and weeks and weeks for something and you get nothing, and it's blank, but all of a sudden you get everything. So this episode might be a little bit longer because there's a Morats fan amongst us. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Morats fan, make yourselves known now.
Yeah. There is a Shazvasti in there, which I quite like. But so what we'll do is we're going to go through the new models, the stats, all that kind of stuff. We've stolen a lot of the materials that have been kicking around the internet, so we're going to put that on screen so you get to see it all in one place.
Can I jump in? We're not going to talk about the new fire team rules because at the time we're recording this, they only released the video about half an hour ago, and the rules haven't come out yet, so we haven't read them. So we're not going to talk about those until 2 weeks' time.
Actually, we've just been talking about them before we started filming, and we're quite pleased. But that'll probably be in next week's
Spoilers.
First.
Once we've had a chance to read them and play them.
And understand them.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, read them.
Read them, yes. Play them, yes. Understand them, no.
Okay, so this is going to go on for quite a while, so let's get straight in there with the Morat Battle Pack. Okay, we've got a nice picture of the action pack straight off. And as I'm not a connoisseur of the Morats, I kind of like the one in the middle with the big extra arms and the big guns.
Shock horror. You like the big, heavy infantry Silhouette 5 model. Who'd have thought of that?
It doesn't come with an HMG though, so you know, struggling already.
The profile for that one really intrigues me.
Okay, we'll come across that when we'll break them all down and we'll have a look at each one of them.
I think the resculpts look really nice. I like the Morats looking nice and muscly and being all bare armed, which fits in with the background where they're supposed to be fighting in jungle terrain. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that all the models look really nice. I'm not 100% sold on the color scheme of the Kaisot, which is the guy with what looks like a girder for a sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He looks more Yujingi to me when I first saw him than Morati. But the rest of them, they're growing on me. The more I look at them, the more I like them.
What's your first impressions, Ogre?
Yeah. No, I like them actually. I was hoping I didn't like them as much as I do, to be honest, because I was thinking, oh, I don't need Morats. I've got enough to go. But I don't know. Oh no, kind of. Maybe I do. I like them a lot. I think they're all nice. I don't really have a problem with any of them. Funnily enough, the one you like with all the arms, I think is the one that looks weirdest to me. The kind of the back view, it looks as though they've kind of stuck something on his back, which I guess they kind of have. But yeah. Very, I think Vostri was saying Morats are very mechanical out there and it's very practical. And you can see they've just like bolted something on the back of him.
Yeah, they tried to make it high tech, but a bit more to the lower end of high tech, as if the Morats basically just go, yeah, that's good enough. It'll do damage. Crack on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So let's have a bit more of a deep dive in there. So we'll start with the basics, the grunts. So let's start with the Morat Vanguard Infantry. And if we have a look at the actual painted images, they do look nice. They look nice. Like you said, muscles out. They do look angry.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out, isn't it?
Yeah. Are they all combi rifles?
Yeah. They are. Yeah, they're Morat combi rifles. I do like that they haven't changed the way the weapons look too much. They've tweaked them a little bit. The weapons, the way the weapons are styled hasn't changed from.
Pretty similar, isn't it?
Yeah, which is good because one of my favourite things about the Morat was the boarding shotgun, the way the boarding shotgun looked on the models. So that they haven't changed the weapons a huge amount, I am a fan of.
I'm just looking at the concept image now, and yeah, I might have to make myself one of those heavy pistols. I think that looks very doable.
It's good.
No, for the wall.
For the wall.
For the wall, yeah.
Did Morats always have horns?
Yes. They've always had little tiny horns.
Oh right, okay.
You couldn't see them on a lot of the models because they had masks over their heads. So a lot of the masks had little tiny horns.
All
They
right.
have
Okay.
always had little tiny horns.
How do they? Yeah. How do they kind of match up with the existing Morat miniatures? Are they far out, or are they? Could you kind of field them all together?
I think you're going to be able to field them together. My question is that one of the things they pointed out in the video is that these are quite big compared to the human models that are out. I'm curious to see how they compare size-wise, which is going to be hard to tell unless you see them side by side, which they haven't done this week.
No. Even the current ones, though, are big compared
They
to
are, yeah, they are quite
so
chunky.
it might just be the same.
Yeah, but no, I think they're going to go quite nicely with what's already out there.
Okay, and the stats are the same stats. So
the stats for Vanguard Infantry haven't changed, with the exception of I noticed that the hacker's gone.
But the hackers reappeared elsewhere, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is what I call a segue.
And which one's that called?
That is the Dartok.
Cyber combat team.
Oh yeah, let's bring. I'm looking at the concept design on that. He looks angry. He looks angrier than his friends. Flash Pulse looks. You know what? I never expected a Flash Pulse to look like that.
It's a very elaborate cat toy, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And the reason he looks angry is he's a Morat who's been told he has to do special duties and actually work with computers rather than just punch people in the face.
Yeah, I imagine that annoyed him. The render looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? Now the 360 kind of view to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that model does look. I like that pose.
He's definitely hacking something.
Either that or pushing somebody's face out of the way.
Yeah, it's a cool model. I like that one.
They've kind of it's like, whereas all the humans have got a nice little kind of hacking device, they've just strapped wires to his arm.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Bolted all the way down his arm.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So this is a this is a new.
This is a new profile. Yeah, this one hasn't. We haven't seen this one before.
But it's sort of, though, isn't it? The normal, the basic guy who is a hacker.
It's very similar to a Vanguard Infantry. He's got more BTS. He's got 6 BTS, which is a decent amount for a relatively basic hacker. They upgrade to have Trinity with extra damage. I like it. It's kind of a throwback to the old Sucker Punch, which Combined Army got and no one else really did.
It's an angry program, that one.
It's a very angry. I also like that he's dogged.
Yeah.
Which a basic Vanguard isn't, which I think is a nice touch. And they all come with pictures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why is it that bad?
Yeah. Well, I do like my area of control sort of things, controlling the board. So I think I was just foreseeing problems.
I can see one of those being a pain in my rear end, definitely.
So, but I like that. I think it's a good profile, isn't it? The BTS 6.
BTS 6 on a hacker is nice.
Which I assume is why they've separated them, so they can make them more effective hackers rather than being stuck with a BTS 3. I
assume so. I'm not entirely sure why they did it. Maybe the Vanguard Infantry hacker wasn't seeing a lot of use, so they figured there was no reason to keep the profile.
Yeah.
Maybe it's what they're going to be doing going forward. Separating off the grunts that can hack and do things.
Possibly.
Maybe it is.
Right.
Where do you want to go next then, Claw?
The Shock Regiment. I think the big guy.
The one that's caught your attention.
The one that's caught my attention with the heavy rocket launcher.
The spider monkey.
The big spider monkey, yeah.
Spider monkey.
Well, he's got lots of limbs like, a spider. And he's a monkey.
Oh, I see. Right, got you. It's a spider monkey.
If you have to explain it, it's not funny. Just cut
that
bit.
A spider monkey is completely different.
Oh, no, I'm keeping it in.
We'll just have a picture of a proper spider monkey.
I'm just looking at the render now, and yeah, he looks beefy, doesn't he?
He's an interesting model. I don't think they've done anything like this before. Certainly not from Morat. The closest thing is maybe like the what are those
like
using units?
Moang.
No, the other one with the cannons on their shoulders and missile launchers.
Oh yeah.
Don't ask me. I can't remember any names of using units.
I'm expecting the using player to chime in with it.
Yeah, I know it's over there, and I can't.
It'll be edited across the screen.
It's going across the screen. The name is going across the screen. So please look down. It's just here.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, moving on.
It's a really interesting model, a really different pose, and very dynamic. I really like it.
I think does it reflect the chain rifle one? Is it the 2 chain rifles he's got on his back?
I have honestly got no idea what's supposed to be on his back. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the chain rifles.
Well, he's got. You'd have thought it would be the same weapon for each profile, but each profile's got a different thing. So
yeah,
it doesn't really make any sense. I suppose it can be whatever you want, really, can't it? Because he's got the pistol, and he's got the sword thing, which is your heavy pistol and close combat. So the rest of it those things could be the chain rifle, it could be the rocket launcher, it could be the Fjordback, it could be breaker combi rifle sticking out his back.
It's a hell of a combi rifle.
Absolutely. One of them's the rifle, the other's a combi bit. Maybe. Now, how do you see these being used? Because I was thinking
straight down the middle.
Yeah. Charge.
Right, the profile at the top, the double chain rifle one. So it's a burst 3 chain rifle with extra damage on a model with 2 wounds, 5 armor that costs 22 points. It is a missile that you go, yeah, you deal with that. I'm going to go and finish the game over here.
It's a hackable bear, almost, isn't it?
It is. It's very
almost.
It has the same sort of usage as the bear. You sort of missile it across the board and say, yeah, you deal with that.
Well, I go and press these buttons.
Well, I go and press the buttons over here. Because I wouldn't object to just throwing that away for 22 points because it's going to cause your opponent no end of problems. It's going to claim cover. It's going to be armor 8 most of the time, and it's moving 6 too. So it's moving 6 and then shooting. And at long range, it's got a flammentree. I think that top profile is the one that jumped out to me. Yeah. The other profiles are nice, but I think for the points cost, that top one is hard to avoid.
I think you're right. 22 points, it's nothing, is it? It's
not enough. Certainly not in a faction that's traditionally very expensive.
Yeah.
Right. So the next one, the one that you weren't so keen on the colour scheme, Kaisot, killing platoon, Kaisot, yeah. The one who looks like he's carrying a girder as a close combat weapon. That one. Yeah, it's on the concept as shock close combat weapon. It's very mangery, which is kind of what they do anyway. What are the red dreadlocks coming around the back? I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of those.
I assume there's supposed to be some sort of cable or breathing apparatus. This is the model I'm least keen on out of the set. I think part of it is the colour scheme, and I would like to get my hands on it and actually have a proper look at it. But
well, if you look at the render without the colour on it, it does look quite good.
I do prefer the render to the painted model. But the painted model is still painted far better than I will ever manage, but
he does need something on that dome, though, that faceplate thing he's got. So that's probably why they put the skull thing on it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of those tubes coming out the back, though.
No, the yellow is an interesting choice, with it being it's almost a Eugene yellow, isn't it?
It looks like it belongs in. Yeah, it looks like it belongs in the Imperial Service with that colour scheme to me.
Yeah.
It should be that reddy colour, shouldn't it?
Or at least some red on it somewhere.
Other than just the dreadlocks.
Yeah. Bit of red on the front.
Yeah, but to be honest, that sword looks gorgeous once painted up. I don't know, doesn't it? Whatever technique they've used, it looks really nice. Is this another?
This is new, and the profile on this one is.
Maybe it is a -3.
Oh, you skipped over the headline there.
T2.
Ballistic skill attack T2. Every weapon it fires is T2, which means it's got submachine guns, which are AP plus T2 or shock plus T2.
That's not bad, is it?
You know those heavy infantry of yours?
Yeah.
He is their worst nightmare.
Yeah.
But he's got to get pretty close. That's the thing, isn't it? There's no infiltratey stuff here, is there? You've got to get him across the board somehow.
You do have to get him across the board. I believe that's where Zeriat come in.
Multi-spectral Ivy level 1. Has he got smoke? No, good.
No, he doesn't.
But his mates have.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're saying.
He's only 1 wound, so he will go down fairly easily. He's not he's not as durable as possibly some other troops.
Yeah, I mean, we look at the one we've just looked at for 22 points, and this guy's the cheap. Well, the one you'd probably take with the chain colt, which I think T2 chain colt could be interesting. But at 25 to 29, and it's like I don't see the value in that really as much as the other one, but maybe a bit more niche, perhaps. But I think there's other things around that price that I think I would be taking first.
I don't think it's something I'll be including in every list, but I think it is a model that will have a place, especially if you know you're going to be facing someone who brings a lot of heavy infantry paintings. Because, like you say, a T2 chain colt could ruin somebody's day. One small teardrop and their entire fire team just disappears.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me. I'm not a fan of that.
No. I wonder how it's availability 1, isn't it? In that won't be more. That's though, I guess maybe it might be more. But
well, I'm assuming this is the Morat availability because all the profiles have got the Morat Aggression Force tag on the top. So
all right.
Maybe this isn't available in Combined Army at all.
Yeah, possibly.
It's interesting. I mean, I'll be curious to see where it ends up and what its place is once we get the full list of all the fire team rules for them. Whether he can fit in a fire team and stuff, because he could maybe be bolstered by that. We'll have to wait and see.
Right, so should we move on to the next one because there's loads to get through.
There's a few more.
The Morat Sergeant Major.
The Rack Track.
Yeah.
I'm straight. I love Rack Tracks. I've loved Rack Tracks for ages. I think they're wonderful. I refer to them as the Morat butlers. Well, if you read the background, their job is to sort of serve the officers and make sure the officers have what they require. So
it's almost a Batman, is what they also called it in the army. A Batman.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Yeah. He's number 2, and he can get NCO.
I think sculpt-wise, this is my favourite sculpt out of the lot.
Okay.
I know that might sound shocking. I think that the coat is fantastic.
Let me have a look at the render first. Oh yeah.
I actually think it's one of my least favourite. So there you go. But I think it's not the cloak. I think it's the big yellow pipe things. I think that's my problem with it, really.
He's got asthma. The rest of them haven't got asthma. This guy's got asthma. He's got a condition, and you're picking on it.
All right, I'll do. Because he's got a bit of COPD and he needs to carry his oxygen with him. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, they're all Morats. This one's got an issue, and you're picking on it. Well, rest of Morats don't need that oxygen, but he does.
But look at that shotgun. That shotgun means business.
Yeah,
it does.
But I think the coat is a wonderful addition to the Rack Track because previously they didn't have anything to distinguish them particularly from Vanguard and stuff. I mean, that coat makes them stand out. And for a model that is effectively in a very static pose, it's got so much movement in it.
Yeah, it's good.
Personally,
nice.
For me,
that bit is nice. It's the yellow pipe thing. Just, I don't know. It kind of looks like his eyes are not where his eyes are. As well, with the glowy bits on his head. Just, I don't know.
Yeah,
just slightly puts. Yeah, it's just not quite right. But there you go.
Stat-wise, though, I don't think they've changed.
I don't think they have as well.
I don't think anything on that stat line has changed. I don't think any of the options have changed either, and I don't think the points have changed. So there's not a lot to talk about there.
That was quick. I don't remember them being BTS 6.
They've always been BTS
never
6.
Came up. Yeah. So.
Right, let's get a bit more diplomatic now. Zeriat.
Hey.
Now I quite like this model. It looks more chunky than the other one.
The pose is a little more straightforward than the other one as well. He's not skidding sideways across the ground.
But he does look different to the other one.
He does. Yeah, the jump pack's definitely different.
The other one had wings, didn't it? Whereas this one doesn't.
I can't decide if I'm going to miss the wings or not.
I kind of wish this one had wings, so you could kind of use them together.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I do quite like it. Like I say, it's nice and chunky. it's a great big rocket pat stuck to his back, isn't it?
You certainly would not want this landing anywhere near you.
No.
Especially not in the deployment zone.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
But it's so funny.
No, it's not funny.
It is.
It's a little bit funny.
I have to spend ages kind of positioning everywhere just in case it might turn up. It might turn up in my deployment zone.
This one I think is less likely to turn up in your deployment zone, certainly early on with the Spitfire. I think this one's going to probably appear somewhere. It's going to have more range that it can use. The boarding shotgun one is likely to turn up behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But their stat line, again, is something that hasn't changed. I don't think there's anything on there that's different.
No, it looks the same to me too.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Last up
is Zeriat Special Missions.
Which has needed a new model for ages.
Another one with that wire thing down their arm, which is quite
another
nice.
hacker.
You can definitely tell which ones the hackers are.
Yeah, but it's not high tech, is it?
The cabling down the arm is on the existing Morat hackers as well. Certainly on the Vanguard hacker. I don't know if it's on the rest, but it's definitely on the Vanguard hacker.
Okay, that's something I'd never noticed.
You're not a Morat player. I wouldn't expect you to.
Oh, there you go. I do have Morats, but I don't think I've got a Morat hacker, funnily enough, other than the jumpy Rodok bloke, who I don't remember having things like that. I think he's got little hexagonal, what's it? Possibly, maybe.
Possibly. I'd have to go look at mine. This is a really nice resculpt for a really nice nice profile that's needed a resculpt for ages. I think the text that they captured on the inner thighs of this model. I know it's a really strange thing. It's a really strange thing to point out. But I think for people who are rubbish at painting, like me, it makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, it just looks
a quick dry brush over the top of it, and bang, done.
Yeah, I'm looking at the render now, and I might be wrong, but her knee pads look like strange animals' faces.
They do. I noticed that earlier. It's like a little bear or something.
They really do need to be painted pink or something like that, don't they?
If you pick them up, then you may paint them whatever colour you like, sir. But I think she's a lovely model, and that's probably biased only because they've needed a new one for so long.
She does look good.
Yeah.
She does look good. She's one of my favourites, I've got to admit.
And the profile, they've added a couple of new profiles in here. Well, they changed one. They've taken out the sniper rifle and put it as a multi-marksman rifle, which for any infiltrator is, far more preferable.
No point.
The
combi rifle +1 burst.
The combi rifle with +1 burst and +1 damage is very tempting for the points cost.
Wow, 28 points, 4 shots.
4 shots, 14. Damage 14.
That's not bad, that.
It is a -6.
It's basically a short-range Spitfire at that point.
Yeah. In the middle of the table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Zeriat because if you go second as Morat, you can spend a command token to stick them on suppression fire, and they are a pain in the backside to shift.
Yeah. She's going to be good. She is going to be good.
Absolutely. I hope they bring another one out, like another model with that combi rifle, profile.
She is a combi rifle because she's one of the hackers, so she could be used as either the hackers or the combi rifle profile. But yeah, I think another model with that same style in the near future would be spot on. Please do that, Corvus. I promise I'll buy it.
Lovely.
Right, so shall we move on to the Diaphos box?
Let's go on to the Diaphos. Should we talk about Shazvasti first?
Yeah, look at that Shazvasti. It's got a Spitfire. Yay!
That's another really old Shazvasti sculpt, isn't it, that they're finally redone.
Yeah, so. That does look nice.
I wondered when they were going to sneak that in, to be honest.
The problem is I've got to buy the whole box just for that. But
I can guarantee I can sell the Morats to somebody for you. A certain Scottish friend of ours will probably happily take the Morats off your hands.
That's cool. Right, so with the actual render on the Shazvasti, with him kind of rushing forward, he's still got that annoying tactical gubbins or whatever he stood on. I don't like them. I wish they wouldn't, but I suppose it gives more dynamism to the pose if they can be standing on something, I suppose. But I'm not a fan of that.
At least it's basing agnostic. That's some sort of thing that could be anywhere.
Mm.
It's not like a rock in the middle of a spaceship.
Yeah. Well, you can always bury it with green stuff and things if you have got an outdoor basing system.
Or if anybody had a 3D printer or anything. Do we know anybody who does that?
If you listen carefully, you can hear mine. All right, do apologise.
It does remind me a bit of the sculpt for the Caliban.
I was going to say it's very similar to another pose.
Yeah, it's the Caliban,
right.
the boarding shotgun that they did for Wildfire, I want to say. Could be wrong.
Sounds good. We'll agree that that's correct.
Yeah,
and then
the comments can tell me.
Sounds really good.
Right. The next one was the Tree Track
Anya. She's been a staple in Morat list for ages. I'm not sure about the pose.
You see, now this is one of my favourites.
Okay.
I really like it.
We have different styles, different tastes. I like it.
I really like this one.
I know. She kind of looks like she's dancing rather than fighting to me.
No, she's about to aggressively, well, like we were saying on another discussion, aggressive gathering. Yeah, I don't know. No, she's about to just do some mischief there, isn't she, with the hand weapon? So I'm quite happy. I like that a lot.
I've got to admit, they try and do that kind of pose a few times, and sometimes it's successful and sometimes it's not. And I think I'm on the side of Storm Shadow on this one. I'm not a fan.
All I can see is she's going to be an absolute pain to fit in any foam trays to take anywhere.
That is a very good point.
Yeah. Okay, let's. The stats are the same for that one.
The stats, I think
they are.
Haven't changed.
Right. Okay. So the Zabuk
HVT. HVT.
Wow. HVT.
The Zabuk Morat slaver is the HVT in the box set.
Ah, okay. It enslaves Morats, so.
Well,
it enslaves people to take back for the Morats. I think.
No, it says Morat enslaver, so obviously it enslaves Morats because it captures Morats. Is that not right?
Maybe.
I think it depends where you put the emphasis.
Yeah. I was just checking to see whether there was a comma between Morat and enslavers, but there isn't.
This is my favourite model. Out
really?
of all of them, it's my favourite model. Yeah, I love that chain going around the arm,
and then over her back and down the other arm.
I think that's fantastic, and the massive plate kind of clothing that she's got in front of her, around her. She's just a battle tank. I think this one is lovely. I really do think this is a lovely model.
Kind of like a Morat gladiator.
I'm buying the Diaphos box. There we go.
That's mainly because you got the Shazvasti, yeah?
The Shazvasti and this model. It just does it for me. It really is. I have bought models just for the sake of buying models in the past, and this one's one of them. So I will be down the Diaphos box just for that one, because I think that the chain and just the way she's so chunky. Yeah. Not a fan of the hair, but can't have everything.
Well, the hair's chunky to go with the rest of her, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, it's proportional.
Yeah. So I must admit, I like that a lot. It's my thoughts are it's a female. You could use it as a Zeriat, possibly.
Possibly, yeah. One very angry Zeriat.
Yeah.
So it's a nice model. Profile is okay. The main thing on there that appeals to me is that ADHL with a +1 burst, because that could just annoy somebody. And it's 15 points. It's not that much more expensive than a basic Vanguard Infantry if you're going to got a point left over.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll be able to go in the fire teams. Well, who knows? We'll see tomorrow or whenever it is.
Right, so that is the Diaphos box, which I quite like. I'm going to be buying that one.
Should we do the bonus minis now? So they come with the Ravenite book, and
Okay.
if you buy the bundle.
The bundle one first. The bundle one first.
So the Ravenite bundle. So you get.
No, I think Ogre wants to do the last Morat first.
Yes.
High Rock Hunter.
Yeah. So when you buy all the other Morats, you
You're
get more
sulky if you don't let
Morats.
him.
So yeah, the
Sorry,
Tie Rock Hunter.
You don't like this one then?
Me? No, I don't like this at all. It's terrible. No, it's brilliant. Absolutely. Love it. And when you were saying about, just kind of the attitude of the model, you can just tell, it's a hunter, it's killed something and now it's wearing it and it's going to go off and get something else. And I like it a lot.
I far prefer that trench hammer to the Ariadne one.
Is that a trench hammer?
That's a trench hammer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It looks more like a pole arm to me, but all right.
Yeah, or a halberd or something.
Halberd, that's the one.
According to the dossier, that is the trench hammer.
Can you throw it?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Looks more like you impale it and wait for whoever ran onto it to explode. To me, but I like it. It's a really nice model. And the profile.
Yeah.
For me, this is definitely my number 2.
Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely a number 2.
See, I think profile-wise, this is pretty damn good. T2 rifles.
T2 rifles, shot
mines.
Yeah.
Heavy pistol.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's this got? Jamboree, jaw brute.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's going to be it's basically going to be a attack dog for him.
All right.
It's going to be coming in the future. It may well get proxied in the immediate term by a tiger.
Yeah. I imagine it is like Muttley. So it's Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Metal.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll, it's like they normally do, release a second sculpt later on. If it'll be
I imagine they will, and I think you're right. I think it'll have the jaw brute with it.
I think there's already one in Tag Raid, isn't there? Another one with some kind of saw thing. What a great description that was.
This is definitely Tag Raid, so
some kind of buzzsaw thing. I think they've got. So yeah, I think there's already one coming there, but I assume they'll do another normal release as well at some point. So we'll end up with 3. But there you go. The new Joan, 3 things all at once.
And speaking of Joan, should we move on to the book and the
officer?
Yeah, because apparently in the book Joan dies again.
Apparently so. The second death, is it?
Yeah.
So we're going to get another. Yeah, we're going to get another sculpt of Joan, but dead this time.
Anything is possible. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the book and look the details that are in it. It'll be nice. I'm really curious to see what these scenarios are going to be. They've mentioned
me too.
Narrative scenarios, but they haven't actually shown any of them yet.
No, I'm quite interested in that as well. The idea of, and it sounded like they were going to raid the Raven Eye, orbital thing as well, and kind of just that idea of, ship boarding action type of thing. Appeals to me a lot, so I'm quite interested to see if that's one of the missions.
The Raven Eye model, I'm just looking at that now. Yeah. It looks like
what a wonderful description.
I just don't get excited by O12.
The O12 style doesn't do anything for you, does it?
No.
You can take this in Corregidor, Cosmoflot, and somewhere else. I seem to recall.
Military orders.
Military orders, that was the other one, as well as O12.
Yeah.
And the profile isn't bad for what you get on for what you get for the points. For 12 points, you get a forward observer who's a mine layer with either EM or cyber mines.
12-point lieutenant. Yeah.
It's only lieutenant in O12, so.
All right. Yeah.
It's all right if you got O12, which I don't.
So it's nice that the model they've included with the Raven Eye book is A, appropriate to the Raven Eye book because it's the Raven Eye officer, and B, they thought actually not everyone's going to play O12. We need to put it in some other places. Okay, not every faction can take it, but it is still slightly more available than just here's a limited edition model, but you're using O12.
Yeah, I think it's okay. it doesn't excite me too much, to be honest. Not like the Morat killer hunter woman.
Fair enough. I quite like it, but I like the O12 styling. I think it looks quite cyberpunky.
Yeah, but no, that will be at the bottom of the painting list, I think.
Okay, and that's the kind of main releases so far. But today we've had some more bits put on the old interwebs that we'll have a quick zip through.
In alphabetical order, just to keep it easy.
Keep the editing easy for me because I'm getting old. Okay, so the
it also means we get to start with a tag.
Yeah, I got to start with that tag, the Chernobyl tag, which does look nice. The concept designs do look nice. It reminds me of BattleTech walkers and things like that. So yeah, it's a nice, different look to it.
I really like it as a tag design for Ariadne for several reasons. One, it looks lower tech than the other tags. It looks like Ariadne are trying to play catch up, which I think is good.
Yeah. 2,
it kind of reminds me of Ed 209, which I think is cool. And 3, it looks like a catapult from BattleTech, which is my favourite battle mech, so I'm biased. With those giant rocket pods on the back. I think it looks... Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that coming out, and when it does, it'll probably jump straight to the top of my painting list.
Yeah, it's saying it's got an AP, HMG, heavy rocket launcher, +1 burst, chest mines, just in case you get too close.
It's a solid profile.
It is. It's nice, isn't it? It's got a bit of everything.
Solid profile.
Armor 8 to start off with.
Yeah.
+1 damage on an extra burst heavy rocket launcher, which is the bane of fire teams.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. The thing is, it's another hackable thing. Ariadne's becoming quite hackable. And
yeah, this is not your daddy's Ariadne, is it?
No, it's kind of there's quite a few extra hackable things arriving. It's becoming the time where Ariadne's going to need some hackers.
You mean like that war driver we got a while back?
Well, yeah, exactly. Something a bit better than that.
You know what? I always thought they could use jammers. You know, they've got a bit of equipment. They can point at things and shut them up. I've always thought that'd be kind of very Ariadne. It's just like they've got a piece of equipment. They can point at something, press a button, and they turn off.
I was going to say, if at any point they decide to re-release Caledonian Highlanders and give them jammers, I'm going to point you back at this video when you're complaining about them.
You know my opinion of jammers, then.
No, I think that could be a really cool model. I'm very looking forward to see that one come out.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Right, so we move on to the Curator. Who there?
Where's that?
The Curator is going to be the replacement for the Machinist. So the Machinist is going to leave military orders and be replaced by Curator, because she's going to be that basic engineer profile in place of the Machinist.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the profile. She just says she's got an engineer. She's a religious engineer. It's bordering on 40k. Religious engineers.
Well, thank goodness they're not in red robes.
She is.
Well, no, she is. Oh well.
Right, moving swiftly on from that heresy. I actually the artwork I think is really nice. I think it's got a really nice anime feel to it.
Yeah, totally.
And I'll be interested to see what they do with the model. I really will be interested to see what they do with the model, because I think she fits the rest of the military orders theme really nicely. And a model posed like that, I think would be a bit different from military orders. Then when they're all sort of swinging swords, I think someone on a tablet pad device would be quite cool.
Yeah,
quite low-key.
I do have military orders kicking around on a shelf somewhere in a box.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you do like United Justice.
I do. Okay, so let's go to Diaphos. I like that. Diaphos.
I wasn't sure if they were saying something like this being linked to Tag Raid, but I wasn't aware.
Like guy off Tag Raid, yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's been kind of jacked up on roids.
And put like a great big exoskeleton on him.
Yeah, the Devil of D Block. So it's I kind of like that idea. And he gets trench hammer.
Just
Yeah.
It appears to
another
be
one.
a very common weapon nowadays.
it does,
Well,
doesn't it?
the thing is, I have noticed that Corvus are putting very similar profiles in every army. So they are. You get a bit of something. You get a bit of the same in every army, and this is probably the Nomad trench hammer dude. 6'2", armor 2.
Structure, have you noticed? Structure. So it's so yeah. He's made of metal. He's not made of flesh.
Once you break his exoskeleton, he just sort of lies there on the floor going, I can't get up. I can't get up.
Yeah, it goes from 6'2" to 4'4".
I think he's a nice profile, and he's cheap as well.
Oh yeah, look at them. He's. I quite like this one. I'm looking forward to seeing the actual model on this one, especially because I'm on a bit of a Nomad kick at the moment.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. And with that, let's go to another Nomad model, the Gator.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks good. Look at that. Look at that concept design. That does look fantastic, doesn't it?
I'm assuming that all those things must be like ablative armor or reactive armor of some kind. It does look really cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Looks amazing, doesn't it? And it's very close combat-y, isn't it? For a
tag, yeah. The -3 close combat on your opponent is.
He's still got the pilot's arm sticking out, so.
Which fits
that's
the whole...
to just kind of give you a little bit of a tickle while you're attacking him.
I thought you'd have spotted that it had your favourite skill though, Claw.
It's
got NCO. So
Yeah,
it's a tag with tactical awareness and NCO.
So it's like 3 orders, isn't it?
It's 3 orders for the tag, yeah. It's got a really, for the points cost, I think that's a really, really nice profile. The bonuses to close combat, the extra damage on the ballistic. It's got 2 different types of ECM, so it's harder to hack, as well as being harder to hit with guided. It's got bonuses on the dodge movement.
It's nice, isn't it? I like it.
Yeah. And for 76 points with the NCO option, that feels like a bargain.
These things can change, but yeah, it does look good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
I expect that will come out the same month as the Ariadne tag, because it'll be a Code 1 release. Because it'll be with tags so very fast.
Ah, yeah, good point.
Yeah, good idea. So,
I pay attention when they said this release schedule thing, like when they released Code 1 of how they were going to do it.
Yeah.
We sort of paid attention, then forgot about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've got the next profile we've got is Kyle Hawkins. He's in one of the books, isn't he?
He's currently going to be the lead character of one of the books, the first one to come out. And from what Carlos was saying in the video I saw, there's probably going to be a version of the book that comes with the model, which is probably why they're teasing it now. So similar to what they did with the 2 mangas. And this is actually, from what we've been told, it's a proper novel book. So not just
we can't just look at the pretty pictures this time.
You can't just look at the pretty pictures, you have to read the words.
Or
find an adult to read them for you.
I am looking forward to a proper one. Sometimes it's nice to get a book in your hand and just be able to read a book. And it's been lacking from Infinity, so it's nice to see that come through.
He's a solid profile, though. He's a fairly scary looking profile. I mean, I know he's Pano, but Ballistic Skill 14 with the multi-marksman rifle definitely attracted my attention.
It's decent, isn't he?
And he's not a glass cannon because he's got that second wound on him as well.
Yeah, and he's not bad in a fist fight either.
I'm trying to avoid that bit because I mean, I suppose he is a night hospitaler at the end of the day, so he's starting from a decent platform. But no, he should be interesting. I'll be curious to see more details on him, like a render or a concept art, rather than just the artwork from the book.
Okay, so Patch, Spaceman.
I have a question about these guys. Given that they are called Patches and they are the structural response team, why is there no engineer and why do they run a navigation?
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Good point. Very good point. Well made.
Because when I saw the name, I was thinking, oh, a big heavy infantry engineer for Cosmoflot. I kind of like the idea of that.
How close do they look like StarCraft dudes?
Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the computer
me
game
there
that
too.
kids play. That's yeah, it's just they are so close.
They kind of remind me of those deep water dive suits, the big armored dive suits. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. They do. It's kind of like a weird high-tech, low-tech, bizarre mixture thing.
Which works really well for Cosmoflot. And I hope the shotgun looks like the one they put on the dossier, because that's a really cool shotgun model.
Yeah. Well, I've just noticed it could actually be an angry Buzz Lightyear. Sorry.
Profile-wise, I think it's pretty solid. It's what I was expecting when I saw the picture. The battle damaged, or the switching from full power to battle ravaged. It's immune to continuous damage, which is now going to help if it gets hit by flamers. I don't think I've seen immunity to continuous damage on a profile. I probably is one, but I'm forgetting it. They are specialists. I suppose maybe that's why they're not engineers. I don't understand why they don't have a gizmo kit.
I get that. I do get that. It's in the name. Everything. It should be. Yeah. Definitely should be.
I read the name. I was expecting engineer. I didn't see it. It raised questions.
Okay, Stranic stats. Stranic. Old man.
Old man, good haircut.
Well, it's a unit name, not an old man, isn't it? Because there's an ADA2. So unless he's got a twin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just him, is it? It's him and his old brother. But I mean, I don't know. I think this is just must be a fluff thing, isn't it? For something to do with, the Raven Eye place. Because I don't really know where he fits in anything different than anybody, they've kind of got already, to me.
Kind of looks like a Cosmoflot version of an Airborne Ranger. But he doesn't have parachuters.
No. I don't know. It's a strange one.
Yeah. I like the model. I like the art. I'm not sure where the profile fits exactly.
I mean, there is a doctor, isn't there? One of the profiles is a doctor for 19.
Which is still more expensive than the other basic doctors in there, and he's not like he's a million times.
I don't know.
Not sure on that one. Is the honest answer. Still
loads to look forward to, though.
Absolutely loads to look forward to. It looks like it's going to be another fantastic year.
I was very impressed with all the models that have come out and some of the stuff that's previewed. I will be getting the Diaphos box because it's got a Shazvasti in it, and that HVT model was just gorgeous.
I may have pre-ordered it all already. You're surprised, I'm sure.
No. Okay, Ogre, what's your opinion of all that new release goodness?
It all looks great, doesn't it? What a surprise. It always looks great. However much I always hope that it won't look that good and I won't want to buy it, it always looks pretty good. So I think it's really good. The more I've been knowing about the Morats, because I do play Morats, so I think I'm going to get them, so get the whole package, I think, with the book included. And then, I think you'll be seeing those on the table. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I think you'll see Storms first, but
they'll probably jump quite far up the queue.
Yeah,
certainly some of the models that I've been missing from my collection, like the Zeriat, going pretty much right to the top of the list.
Yeah, totally, yeah. Have you got spare space on your table now?
I've been good. I've been painting it. Have you noticed?
I have seen a few bits and pieces.
Yeah, I've been painting.
That's good.
Well, for me, it's not enough to convince me to start yet another army. So they're okay, but seeing as I've been playing against them an awful lot, I'll get to see them anyway. But yeah, I like the idea of the novels coming out. I'm really looking forward to those. I will be buying those as soon as I can, really, especially with holiday season coming up and things like
that. I'm looking forward to the books. I'm really interested to see how they look and how they read.
Okay, so this is an extra long data burst, so I do apologise for us waffling on and drooling over new stuff. The next one will probably have the link team rules because, like we said, they're still not quite released yet, but they are there, so we are kind of up to date and current. And with that, we'll say goodbye. So I'll, if you want to say your last words.
All right, bye everybody. I thought we were going to start dancing again there, Greg.
I can start dancing. Yeah.
And we will give the happy Morat player the last word.
Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of Raven Eye Week, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Okay, so after filming and while I was editing, they were releasing more stuff, including the Yogat Strike Infantry, which looks pretty awesome. That multispectral rifle looks great, doesn't it? We've got the new witch soldiers, which look even more scary than the ones we've got now, especially with that big sword thing that's going to come charging at us with smoke and all stuff. And a tag. Oh, look, we'll have to talk about that tag, especially the way he's sitting at the front. Looks like he's going to be a big lad as well. That looks scary as well with those big blades. And the release schedule, which looks impressive. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It all helps to keep us motivated and raises the profile of our channel and Infinity the game, bringing it to a wider audience. And don't forget, if you're so inclined, you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.